Hello and welcome to today's live broadcast and a rebroadcast if you're catching this on the recording. Today we are going to be talking about intermittent fasting and living this keto-like lifestyle. And what I want to share with you specifically today is how you can really build in a lot of flexibility and ease with a keto-like lifestyle. But I also want to caution you on the fact that sometimes the ease and flexibility of the keto-like lifestyle can also kind of catch you off guard and maybe have you feeling a little bit stuck or plateaued with what it is that you want to have for your results. So we're going to touch on both sides of that. And like always, I'm going to share with you what I do in both of those situations and how I really keep a happy balance with my life. What I want to do with the healing process of my body as I'm going through this aging process, and what I like to do with my physique as well. So welcome if you're joining us for the first time. Please take a second to hit that like button on Facebook and that subscribe button on YouTube. There's also places where you can get notified when we go live on YouTube. It's that little bell icon. You want to make sure you hit that. And then on Facebook, you want to make sure that we are set up as your default notifications as well. So we just got back from vacation. We had an absolutely amazing time. If you're on my email list, I shared a little bit about what we did on vacation. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you kind of went along with us on vacation as well. We got a workout in, we fasted long, we feasted well. We had a really great time. But for us and our family right now, we're kind of at the end of our vacation mode, so to speak, even though summer vacation is still, what do we have, about another 6 weeks or so. We're kind of shifting gears, or I know I am especially shifting gears in the fact that I'm getting myself out of a vacation and celebration mode, and I'm hunkering down with what I really like to do in the warm summer months here in Texas. So I'm going to explain to you how I go through that and what we have kind of gone through as a family, and why this keto-like lifestyle in conjunction with intermittent fasting does help us really stay in check with ourselves. So for us, celebration season actually starts in April. We kick it off with Michael's birthday, and then we have my birthday, and then we have Mother's Day, and then it's Logan's birthday, and then Father's Day, and then Gabby's birthday, right? And then Gabby's birthday. So I don't think there's anything in between Father's Day and Gabby's birthday, except for us, it was a vacation this year. So we're almost done with our celebrations. We celebrated Gabby's birthday when we were on our last vacation. So we just have to actually execute her birthday at the end of this month. And she's going to have some friends over. So it's going to be more of a 13-year-old girl celebration, where we're just going to facilitate it for her. So I can officially now end the celebration season for myself. And what I have really loved about this lifestyle and the way I teach living this lifestyle is to really build in your authenticity and what makes you happy and what your family traditions are and how your family celebrates. And don't become so food phobic or so limiting that you cannot enjoy your life. We already know that that doesn't work well for us, especially us women. And what ends up happening is we end up becoming really negative and self-destructive in our own head. And then that leads us to becoming really self-destructive and negative about our body. So building in this keto-like lifestyle really does help you create your own rules without having to follow some pre-established, really strict guidelines that generally come with an end date. So you're really strict for a certain period of time, the end date comes, and then you go back to going normal lifestyle kind of things. And so you end up losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gaining. What Michael and I have really been able to do with the lifestyle that we've created for ourselves is we don't necessarily gain when we're in celebration mode. It's just our body kind of shifts a little bit. So that's what I'm going to go into specifically here today, especially for my women who are tuning in. So like I said, we just ended vacation mode and celebration mode in our family, and we've had a really great time. If you follow me on Instagram, that's where I post all of my feasting and kind of real everyday life kind of things. And we've enjoyed our siete chips and our cashew dip and our adult beverages and French fries and all of the things that really do make feasting fun for us, within the boundaries that we have established for the healthier versions of those type of foods and the foods that don't cause us any sort of hormonal imbalances or any kind of food intolerances. So we've really narrowed down what makes us look and feel our best so that we can live that authentic life. And so we've been living that loud and proud all through spring and up until these summer months that we've had home with the kids. But it's time for me to put that to an end, and I'm very, very excited about putting it to an end. I love manipulating my body. I love experimenting with new things, and I love kind of going to the extreme. And this is probably the first time since I was really sick about 3 years ago that I feel really centered about what I'm about to do, and I feel really healthy emotionally and mentally about where I know I'm going to take my body over the course of the next few weeks. And I say just a few weeks because I'm really open to calling things quit when they don't work for me. And so I'm just playing around right now. And more specifically, I'm playing around with getting my body into a full state of deep ketosis and seeing what I can do to manipulate my physique. With all the celebrations that we've had and all the beautiful food and things that we have enjoyed in our feasting windows, I feel like my body has just gotten to that point where it's just a little bit fluffy, and I know that I can get my body into a more athletic and toned type of look to my physique. And so that's really what I'm concentrating on. I'm totally healthy. My sleep is fantastic. My hormones are balanced. I have no aches and pains, no inflammation. So I'm not really trying to deal with anything on the health side of things. That's been the last 3 years. And I'm really, really balanced there. I'm very centered there. I'm very healthy emotionally, mentally, and physically there. So I thought, what the heck? I might as well see if I can do a little something over the course of the next couple of weeks and see how I feel about it, how authentic I can live within my own life, and what kind of changes I can make in my physique. So I'm not really focusing so much on a specific weight loss that I'm trying to achieve with what I'm about to do. I'm really hoping to just see how much body fat I can kind of chisel away, and I don't have a whole lot. So this is that point where you have to get very, very particular about the choices that you're making in your feasting window and how you're going to be executing your fitness and what you're going to be doing in your feasting to really finite your results. So this is the most difficult part of creating change that happens when we're at this point of being really content with our lifestyle. When you have the initial changes to make, so when I was sick 3 years ago, changes came like this. It was really easy for me to reduce inflammation and to just feel better and to get my sleep back in track and my hormones back in balance because I had so much to fix that the changes came pretty quickly, and so did the results. And then I just had to kind of maintain that in order to just keep that going. Well, now I have all of that pretty standardized, and I'm gonna take this keto-like lifestyle and I'm gonna go a little less toward the like and a little bit more toward the keto without having to develop the ketogenic diet into my lifestyle. I've tried that before. It doesn't make me feel my best. It doesn't make me look my best. So I'm not going ketogenic diet, but I'm just gonna do those little things, those little subtle things that we know are the extras, and I'm gonna eliminate them for a while and then see how my body responds to that. So I started this on, when was it, Michael? Today's Monday, Saturday, right? When we got back from our vacation. So we got back from our vacation. I started this on Friday, and all I'm doing is eliminating the extras. So I'm eliminating the siete chips for a while. I'm eliminating the salsa for a while. I'm eliminating the little, soy-free, gluten-free cookies and all those little extra things. And I'm going down to just really basic, whole, mostly plant-based, solid, nutrient-dense nutrition. And all of the little extra fun celebratory things, including alcohol, I've completely just said for a week, I'm gonna do absolutely none of it, see where I can take my body, and then I'm gonna make very conscious decisions about what I'm gonna let sneak in beyond that point based on how I'm feeling emotionally and mentally about the choices that I've made and how my body is responding. So I'm doing this through the process of testing blood glucose and ketones as well, because I do want to see what my nutritional intake needs to be to get my body into a state of deep ketosis for fat burning purposes, and what I have to do to maintain it there. And a lot of it is just an experiment. If I eat this thing, what happens to my blood glucose, and then what then happens to my blood ketones. And so I'm experimenting to see what I can allow in and what are those things that really send my blood sugar, off the spectrum and crazy. Knowing that I am also the type of person, being an ex-hypoglycemic and ex-insulin resistant and ex-pre-diabetic person, that my blood sugar is super sensitive to everything that I do in my feast. So it's been really, really fun to kind of play around and see what happens when I do XYZ, how my body is responding to that chemically. This is that thing that I really do want to explain very cautiously with everyone here. If you are still not balanced out, if you're still feeling like your body's sick, if you're still feeling like, you're battling your hormones and you're not emotionally and mentally really confident with what you're doing with your feasting, this isn't something that I recommend at this point in your journey. Remember, we're creating a lifestyle. So this is something that's going to constantly go through transition. You're going to constantly go through some experiments. You're going to have your celebratory type of seasons, and then you're going to catch yourself and you're going to pull back. And I think that's what the joy of all of this lifestyle creation is that we really do get to ebb and flow with our life, and we're not making such extreme adjustments to accommodate someone else's plan. So this just works timing for us and our family because we're done celebrating. So I have kind of whittled my way down over the last couple of days and have watched my blood testing totally improve just from yesterday to today. So it's nice to see that the things that I did over vacation, or maybe even over the last few months, are really starting to work their way through my body, and I'm getting back to that point of like last night, for instance, I have had so much energy while working out and on a very, very limited carbohydrate intake and a very, very limited feasting intake. I'm just not feeling really hungry, and so I'm being very aware of my hormone signals. I mean, my hunger hormone signals that I'm getting from my body, and I'm listening to them. So if I'm not hungry, I'm not eating. And so what I've noticed is that my blood has changed drastically in just the last couple of days, and my energy has skyrocketed, which I know for some women who aren't healed yet, or maybe still suffering with that hypoglycemia or pre-diabetic state, or not really consistent with your choices that you're making in your feasting window, might seem a little crazy to think about. You can go on very limited food and have an abundance of energy, but trust me, when you're fat adaptive and you're living in that energized sense of calm, it's fantastic. So I had about a 10 or 12 hour, I can't remember, night sleep from Saturday to Sunday, and then yesterday I was super dialed in to my hunger hormones, and I was super dialed into my nutrition, and I had so much internal energy producing that I had the absolute worst night's sleep last night. I monitored my sleep, so I ended up having about 3 hours of deep sleep out of the 6 hours of sleep that I got, but 6 hours of sleep isn't enough. And I think I had caffeine in my day yesterday, and I was just churning up so much internal energy from being in a state of ketosis and living in that energized sense of calm that my body just couldn't shut the energy off, and so I was just really feeling restless all night last night. So today I've gone no caffeine, and I'm still have this abundance of energy. I'm totally clear-minded. I had a 60-minute workout today. I did strength training with walking on an incline on a treadmill. So I'm also being very careful about my aerobic activity so I don't blow myself out of ketosis with too much glucose being delivered into my bloodstream. So I'm doing everything very, very deliberately, and it's been really, really fun. And so what I want this message today to be is a hope of inspiration or motivation to you as you're going on this journey. It should be something that you should feel tickled about when you're considering changes that you want to make, or ebbing and flowing, or maybe taking out all of the extras and just see how your body responds to that. Does that make you feel more confident? Does that make you feel happier? And guess what? If it doesn't work, you can always just resume what you were doing before. It doesn't matter. The biggest thing that we need to understand with creating our own lifestyle and adapting the concept of what a keto-like lifestyle is, and that concept is higher fat, moderate to low protein, and very conscious about your carbohydrates. So I've been very conscious about my carbohydrates in this season of celebrating and in this season of summer festivities. I know exactly what I'm doing when I open up a bag of Siete chips, or we go out and have frozen yogurt, or I have that second glass of wine when we're having dinner and deciding to have a glass of wine or two. I'm very conscious about that, but I'm also very conscious about when I start to get out of control with those things, and when I need to start really being a little bit more conscious about how often I'm letting them in. And that's the point that I'm at now. I feel totally good about my body, despite the fact that I'm going to be making some of these more deliberate changes. I have no complaints, really. I mean, I'm steady state with how I look. I can walk around in a bikini. I'm wearing shorts. Like, all of those things are fine. I just want to see what'll happen if I take the extra carbs out. And so I'm going to keep posting about that on my Instagram channel and keeping you guys posted. And then what I'm going to do with this data that I'm gathering through this experimentation is we are going to be putting together our fasting success course, which will be a little bit more advanced course for those of you women who are at the same point that I'm at. Like, you love having your summertime celebrations. You love all the things that you do with your family when you're camping. You love what you do at your birthday parties, but you kind of want to exit out of that for a little while and just kind of see what you can do with your physique as an aging woman. And can we whittle away just a little bit more of this body fat that we might not be super excited about? And maybe we can, maybe we can't, but the experiment will be fun in the process. So if you've taken my first class before, be excited about that. We're going to be going through that together, hopefully in the fall. This is a journey of growth and discovery and aha moments and experimenting and really being able to live our life happily and with purpose. And so what I really love about what I know that I have gained in this whole journey that I've been through over the past 3 years is that I'm really okay with all the decisions that I make, and that it's a really fun thing when you are healthy emotionally and mentally about your body and about food, and food serves a purpose in your life in a place that's very appropriate. And so that is what I really want you guys to get with these talks that we have and these discussions that we have, and the things that I share that I'm doing in my own personal life as well. So nothing drastic. I'm not dieting. I'm not going on an extreme ketogenic diet and fat bombing everything. That is not happening in my life. I am just coming to the realization that I don't necessarily need those gluten-free, soy-free chocolate chip cookies at night, and I don't necessarily need that wine on a Tuesday, or I don't need the bag of Siete chips every time we gather around the island in the kitchen while we're making dinner. It was really fun while it lasted. It'll probably happen again maybe in the fall, but right now I'm going to cut all that out and just kind of see where I could take my body. So if you want to follow along, I'm doing everything on Instagram at For Today's Aging Woman. You guys can follow me along there. I'm showing all my blood glucose and ketone testing there. I'm showing some of the things that I'm doing in my nutrition. I'm sharing with how I'm exercising. And that's just the simplest place for me to share that. So hopefully you guys will join me over there. And if you have any questions, that's the place to ask that as well. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic summer. Hopefully you are living your life most authentically, and you're feeling really confident about the way you're choosing to live your life during a time when there are just more opportunities to feast. That's totally okay. We always want to make sure that we ask ourselves those two very basic questions every day. How long are you going to fast, and how well will you feast? And are you making food decisions that are going to allow you to continue to look and feel your best? And we don't want to have anything that's going to knock you off your feet or keep you in bed feeling sick or send you backward on your healing journey. And as long as we're staying within those confines, then enjoy what it is that your family does during the summer months or during the months that you celebrate birthday seasons or holiday seasons. And then just know to keep yourself in check. And when you start to feel like you're losing control, or maybe you're opening up the window too much, it's totally okay to just dial it back in and get yourself back on track and in focus. Our July students are in week 2 of their intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course. So this week, my July students, you guys are learning about a lot of what I just talked about today, and that's the feasting aspect of creating this lifestyle for yourself. And really it is all about just learning about nutrition, how it plays a role in your life, how nutrition falls in your life emotionally, and are you using it for the right reasons. And as long as we are keeping all of those things in check, then we should really have the opportunity to kind of loosen things up when life dictates such. Okay, so any questions, post those now. I will be glad to answer them for you here. If you guys followed us on Instagram over vacation, we absolutely had a blast. Thanks for coming along with us. Michael and I took our very first ever Soul Cycle class in Hollywood. We were actually staying on the Hollywood Strip on Hollywood Boulevard. We had an absolute blast. Everything outside of our hotel room was just right within walking distance. We were at the Grauman's Chinese Theater. We saw all the stars on the sidewalk, and then right across the street was this really amazing little, I think it was like a condo type of complex, and they had this little shopping area, and inside of there was a Soul Cycle. So the first day we got there, I'm like, we have to sign up for a Soul Cycle class. So we did it the very next morning, and I'm proud to say that Michael and I were in a class with a bunch of, what would you say, 20 and 30-year-old little LA yuppies, and we held our own. We kicked butt. We had a total blast. So I highly recommend, if you're doing any vacations this year, look for a place that you can do some exercising. Look for a new class that you can take, or a hike you can sign up for, or just take your running shoes and hit the street wherever it is that you are spending your time vacationing. It is so much fun, and it's always just a nice way to build in a little bit of the lifestyle that you want to live away from at home, away with you on vacation. So fitness vacations are the best, and Michael and I always make sure that we try to fit something in when we go out of town, and it just so happens that there was a convenient little Soul Cycle there, and we had an absolute blast. So we've actually decided that we are going to try to build into our schedule once a month, finding a Soul Cycle around here and just going and taking a class together outside of the house, because we only exercise at home, and making it sort of like a date day event where we take a class together outside of our house and do some of the things that we love. So that's going to be super fun for us as well. Okay, so I'm going to head over to YouTube first, if you guys don't mind. On Facebook, I'll welcome everyone, answer any questions that you guys have. Today is full on exercise and get stuff done around the house mode, so you are getting today post exercise, still in my cute little workout clothes from, believe it or not, Walmart. And then hopefully Wednesday, when you guys catch me, I'll be showered and a little bit more dolled up. But we decided to just come as we were today, as we were getting some stuff around the house done. Shannon, I thoroughly enjoying the July course. Thank you for what you do. Shannon, you are super welcome. I am glad you're enjoying it. Stay in it till the end. I promise you, it just gets better as the course goes on, as does your fasting and feasting confidence as well. Sheila, 2019 May grad, SeaWorld, I think it is, or Surreal. Brenda from North Carolina in July course and loving it. Brenda, super excited that you're loving the July course as well. Lori, love this lifestyle, June 2019 graduate. Robin from Virginia, June 2018 graduate. Thanks for coming back around to say hello to us. Linda from the June 2019 class is here. HH from Charlotte, North Carolina. S. Lee, happy to finally catch a live chat, loving this new lifestyle. Oh yes, it is the absolute best. I don't know if it's just the mindset of not having to follow a set of rules, or a mindset of just knowing that we have the freedom and flexibility to make our own choices. I know for me, that's when I really felt free to stay consistent with the choices that I was making when I was making the rules. So I'm hoping that that's settling in for you guys mindset-wise as well. Ellen from Manchester, England, May 2018 grad. Ellen, it's so nice to have you with us. Lori, it's hard watching friends eat food that is making them sick, and they know it and don't care. I'm sharing what I'm doing with them. Hopefully it will click with them. The Parhams are an inspiration. Oh, Lori, thank you for saying that. The best thing to do with friends is just continue to set the example. They will either jump on or not. The most important thing is that you are taking care of yourself, and that you don't let their choices influence what you ultimately do for yourself. So stand your ground, create boundaries, let them live the way that they want to live. Be the shining example of the other way, and always be ready when they're in a position to come join you. But the worst thing that we can do as friends is force things down people's throats. And so just do you, and then just always be there when they're ready, and then welcome them in with warm, loving arms when they come ask you for help or advice. Let's see, and Jeannie Bean, love your channel. Thank you so much for saying that. We appreciate you being here. Amy, so good to have you with us today, girlfriend. She was in our April 2017 class. That was our first class ever. I love having my cousin here with us. Donna, hello. Sandy, hello from sweltering Florida. Yeah, no joke. It's sweltering here as well. What is it, like 96 today, and humid today here in Texas. Too hot to even be outside. Donna, loved the 20. Love the 20. I don't even know what do you know what love the 20 means? I don't know. Mary Ann, hi. In the current July course, really learning a lot. Thank you for everything. Mary Ann, you're super welcome. Thank you for trusting me with you. And just keep at it, girlfriend. Time and consistency for sure. Joan, 2018 grad from December. Thanks for joining us today. Donna, loved the June 2019 course. IF works. I lost weight, felt so much better, and still losing with the right foods, feeling less bloated. Yeah, the bloatedness is key for sure. There's something about being bloated that just makes you feel like nothing matters, right? Like you feel lethargic, you feel heavy, you feel out of your own skin. I know for me, when I'm bloated, I feel like my brain is just like knocking around in my head. So getting rid of that bloatedness really is that very first step to building the confidence that you know you can do this. So congratulations on feeling that. Patricia, 2019 and still learning. She was in our June course. Diane from Pennsylvania, she's one of our originals as well. So good to have you with us. Kelly from sweltering South Carolina, enjoying your course and learning a lot. Awesome, I love hearing it. Jody's here, and then Kim from July 2018 grad and still exploring this lifestyle. I love it. Teresa from Texas, September 2018 grad. Yeah, here's the deal, you guys. You have to build the foundation first. You have to build your confidence, and then you also have to build what you know works for you. When you get that and you stop making mistakes, and this is just the verbiage that we use, we stop making mistakes, we stop feeling like we're cheating, we stop feeling like we're failing, we stop feeling like we blew it. When you can really live consistently in a good place, that's when I feel you're ready to take it to the next level. Because then if you experiment with something and it doesn't work, you're not going to lose your mind about it. You're not going to go, feeling like you need to throw in the towel. It was just something you tried and it didn't work. And oh well, go back to what you were doing. And that's really where I'm at, like right now, in that, that didn't work so well. Okay, I won't do that again. Oh my gosh, that worked amazingly well. Let me hone in on that for a little while. And that's where the fun of knowing your body so intimately really comes into play, because you can put some things into perspective and then use those things as experiments and then see where it takes you. And this is the part of the human body that I'm really fascinated with, and just very subtle decisions can make some really great changes for us. And so I hope that I will be able to build that confidence in some of you who've been around for a while and are looking to take things to the next level for sure. And for those of you who are just starting out, so my May, June, and July course students, hang in there, girlfriends. I'm telling you, it just gets better with time and consistency. So stick with it. Keep listening to your body, keep asking yourself the 2 questions, and then make your boundaries around looking and feeling your best while creating your own authentic life. And trust me, it does get better for sure. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to, yes, hello from Texas, June 2019 grad, loving me in control of food. Yes, girlfriend, I'm so happy that you made that statement. That is the best. I'm going to let you guys go for this Monday afternoon. I will be back on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And hey, if there's something that's puzzling you or something that you want me to take into a conversation mode and into maybe a little bit deeper detail here in some of these live chats that we have, always feel free to email me or private message me, and I will make sure that I bring your content to the surface, and we can have an open discussion about it here in our community. And as always, I keep everything confidential, so it'll just be between you and me, and then I will share the information with others. Trust me, if you have the question, I'm sure somebody else does as well. So always feel free to throw your suggestions at me. I always love having new content that I can deliver. And then on Friday, I will not be here. I will be going to the Rachel Hollis Rise Conference here in Dallas, Texas. So I will be gone Friday and Saturday. So depending on what's going on with Michael and the kids and the dog, he'll determine whether he wants to go live on Friday in the community or not. So stay tuned for posts on that. And then if you're going to Rise in Dallas this weekend, make sure you look for me. And if you see me, please stop me and say hello. I would love to meet you in person. I'd love to give you a big old hug. And it's going to be a super, super fun event. So I'm super excited about it. And I hope I will be able to cross paths with some of you while I'm there as well. I think that's it. If you're interested in our August course, it starts on the 10th of August. And if you're on our email list, you'll start getting emails around the 1st of August about registration, but no need to wait. Registration is open. The links are provided in the descriptions of YouTube and Facebook, as well as it's Amazon Prime Day. I put my Di's favorite things link on the description as well. If you want to go see some of the things that I like to get from Amazon, you can click that. And then if you haven't done so yet and you would like to follow me on Instagram for some of the more intimate inside scoop kind of things, I put that link to my Instagram channel up as well. Okay, let me see what that question said. Where do we start if we just found you? The best place to start would be getting on my email list, and you can do that at www.fortodaysagingwoman. The link is in the comment section, so just click that, get on my email list. I direct you everywhere from there. And then you can look for me on Instagram as well if you're on Instagram at @fortodaysagingwoman, underscores between the words. Or just come back to anything on any of these social media channels. My Instagram, you can find on my Instagram timeline picture, my YouTube timeline picture, and you can find links on my Facebook page as well. But the email list is the best place to be for sure. Okay, so Lisa is in the July course and loving the course. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to see you guys on Wednesday. Follow me on Instagram. Say hello to me in private message anywhere you would like to. I always love hearing from you guys. And then if you have something you'd like me to talk about in some of these live discussions, I'd love to hear some of your subjects that you would like me to discuss. Just email them to me and I'll do some research and get those out for you as well. Have a good rest of your day. You guys stay cool and stay hydrated.